Hey guys, Rob here with Ultrawide Gaming. Today we're going to be taking a look at this monitor behind me, which is the EG 35-inch ultra-wide gaming monitor. This is a curved monitor that features a 1440p resolution, 100Hz refresh rate and 1 millisecond response time, which are some pretty high-end specs for the price that you pay for this monitor. So we'll start this video by taking a quick look at the monitor itself, and then I'll go through the process of getting it set up and talk about some of my first impressions of using it. So ultra-wide monitors have been around for a while now, but historically they've always been pretty expensive, often around £1,000 for just a standard one with 60Hz refresh rate. Now that they've been around for a while and they've started to adopt VA panels, we're starting to see some more turn up that are actually more reasonably priced. And this is one of those monitors. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this monitor is packed with features ranging from a 1440p resolution, 100Hz refresh rate, 1 millisecond response time, and then also a curved panel at that 35-inch size. This makes it a great option as an upgrade for a gaming setup, and depending on the type of games you're playing, you're going to absolutely love the quality that you can get from this monitor. So the screen itself has a diagonal width of 35 inches with a resolution of 3440 by 1440p. At that resolution, it's basically the same as a 1440p 27-inch 16:9 monitor. So if you're already using one of those, it's going to be very similar clarity to that, but obviously you've got that additional real estate on the sides, which makes it an ultra-wide. On a monitor of this size, one of the really nice features is the curve. And while it's fairly subtle at 1800 curvature, because the monitor is so wide, you do notice it, and it does feel really immersive in first-person games. When playing third-person games, the additional field of view also obviously allows you to see much more of your surroundings, and can make for some really nice cinematic feeling moments in games. Obviously, one of the other big features is the 100Hz refresh rate. Now, this monitor, because of the size, it's going to be kind of difficult to use as a competitive gaming monitor. I'd say, depending on the amount of space you've got and the type of games you're playing, you kind of want to think about what's going to suit your needs best. If you've not got a lot of room and you sit fairly close to your screen, you may find that this monitor does create some sort of motion sickness, because you're so close and there's a big field of view there. So if you're moving fast in games, your whole vision is pretty much shifting very quickly, which can be kind of jarring at first. I think if you're playing slower paced games, things like GTA, The Witcher 3, RPG games, and then potentially some racing games, as long as you've got some room to kind of sit back a bit, you shouldn't run into too many issues. But definitely for competitive gaming, you want to think about, how much space you've got, whether this is going to be the most suitable option for you. The other thing to consider is that if you're streaming your gameplay, using an ultra-wide monitor is going to bring all of your HUD and everything out of the shot for your stream. Unless you stream in 21:9, which is not really supported by a lot of streaming platforms at the moment, you're going to run into issues with getting the stream to properly capture your gameplay. It's something that I've done in the past and had a lot of issues for, and it's the reason why I've gone back to 16:9. However, if you're looking purely for gaming and you play a lot of games yourself, just in single player or multiplayer, games like Battlefield 5 in the background here, this is going to be an amazing option for you. I'll be honest, getting an ultra-wide back out and playing with it today has made me realise how much I do miss it. For that single player experience, when you just want to chill out and relax and get immersed in a game, ultra-wide is definitely the way to go, and it's the most enjoyable way of gaming in my opinion. At this size as well, you're kind of at a sweet spot for what most graphics cards can handle today, and also what's not going to be too big for your setup. So for setting up the monitor, it's fairly simple. One thing to note is that it doesn't have any VESA support for a VESA mount, but the stand is fairly good. It's pretty sturdy, and it pretty much took me about 5 minutes to set up. You can see in the box you get the base of the stand, then you get the back bit that secures to the monitor, and you literally just have to screw these in One thing you do have to do is take off the little latch bit on the back of the monitor and then screw that into the back. The way I found it was best to do it was just to put the monitor down flat on the desk, just making sure you weren't damaging it or there's nothing underneath it, and then secure the stand, get it all built up next to it, and then literally just put it on and it should just clip into place quite easily. The only adjustability that the stand has is through tilting back and forth, so you can't unfortunately rotate it to the sides and you can't put it up and down. But to be honest, the standard height that it's at is not too bad. And I think at this point as well, it's important to consider the price that this monitor is at, because when you look at the quality of the rest of it, it's very good for the money that you're spending. So I played around with the monitor for a bit, testing out GTA 5 and obviously Battlefield 5 as well. And I've, to be honest, found it to be perfectly fine. So I didn't find any issues with ghosting, and the panel seemed to be pretty good for a VA panel. I think for gaming, the VA panel is perfectly acceptable. If you're looking at doing photo editing or video editing and you need that color accuracy, then potentially an IPS ultrawide is going to be a better option. While you can definitely still use it for editing and stuff, obviously color accuracy is not the strongest on this one. So that's something worth considering. And when I first booted it up, I did feel like the colors were a little bit washed out. But then once I adjusted the main game settings and also the presets that are on the monitor, I found it looked absolutely fine. So all in all, this is a really good option if you're looking to get into ultra-wide gaming and you want that immersive experience that these kind of monitors can produce. For the price of around £370 currently, you're getting an absolutely massive amount of specs and something that's really going to change your gaming setup. If you have any questions about this monitor or want to know a bit more about the quality, let me know. I'm going to be doing some more in-depth reviewing of the monitor and checking it out for my own video editing. So I'm going to see how it performs, and if you guys have any questions on that, then feel free to let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I'm well and truly impressed with this, and I think for the price, if you're looking for that immersive experience, this is the way to go to get started. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you have any questions about the monitor, then leave those in the comments below. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.